Okay, this time we are going to try and get over here. Let's see. But first, well, there's a tower somewhere in here. There's a tower somewhere in here. And there's a tower somewhere in here. But to make it a little easier, we'll try to make it a little easier. Let's try, let me see about getting over here to the bird sanctuary so I can get Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff powers and well, wait a minute, let's see if is there a closer. No, that's not close. No, that's not close enough. No. Okay. Now, whoa. Is that, do my eyes deceive me? No, they don't. Oh no, I have water in my boots. Thanks a lot, guys. I love water in my boots. Let's do a big fat review.
Zelda U, I watched the reveal teaser. Later that year, the story beats and even the final boss and ending. Also know that while there will always be
Oh, I remember this.
Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm here today to talk a little bit about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. From the moment I first started it up and emerged from the Shrine of Resurrection, I knew that this was going to be a very special game. So perhaps unsurprisingly, when I finally got around to reviewing it, I really wanted to give it my all. I wanted to talk about nearly every aspect of the game, from its triumphs to its failures and everything in between. As you can probably tell by the length of this video, I did just that. There may be a few tiny stones I left unturned in the end, but it's really not many. For the most part, if I had an opinion on it, it came out. Now, I've been calling this a review, and you'll hear me continue to refer to it as such throughout, so I'm not completely sure that's accurate anymore. I mean, technically, yes, here I'm doing largely what one does in a review. But when I hear the word review, it makes me think of game critics telling people their thoughts on a game so that those people can make more informed purchasing decisions. But that's just not what's happening here. Or at least I'm willing to bet that's not happening a whole lot. By now, most people have either played Breath of the Wild or decided that one day they will play Breath of the Wild. And I'd also bet that most people who are willing to watch a video this long on the game are probably not in the teeny tiny camp of people who are still trying to figure out if it's right for them. This is more of a breakdown of the game's design, a critique of all its pieces, sort of review, sort of analysis. So I've recently decided to rebrand this kind of long-form analytical deep dive look at a game to separate it from my regular reviews, thus the title. This review of Breath of the Wild has become a big fat review of Breath of the Wild. A seemingly subtle change, but I think it makes a big difference. Originally, this review / big fat review, what have you, was released in 7 separate parts, but here I've compiled them all into one long watching experience. Each part is mostly the same as it was when originally published, though here and there you'll see a few notes and addendums popping up on the screen. Not a ton, so don't worry about missing them or anything. Just a few bits of info I felt should be added. And naturally, seeing as this is a nearly 3.5-hour video dissecting every element of Breath of the Wild, I'll warn you now that yes, there are spoilers ahead. All of the spoilers, in fact. As I said, when writing this, nothing in the game was off limits, so that included all the mechanics, all the enemies, the story beats, and even the final boss and ending. Also know that while there will always be visual elements to accompany the voiceover, including the aforementioned notes, and maybe a handful of gags that you have to see to get, for the most part, you can probably just listen to this whole thing without having to watch. You know, if you're into listening to me talk about Zelda while you clean the house or drive across the state or something. With all that said, I think it's time to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you my big fat review of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. When Breath of the Wild was first revealed back at E3, back when we still referred to it as Zelda U, I watched the reveal teaser. Later that year, I watched the precious few moments of gameplay gifted unto us at the Game Awards. 2 whole E3s later, they gave us the full reveal trailer, the game's name and basic mechanics and some monsters and locales. And that was the stop of the Breath of the Wild preview tour where I got off. I did not want to see any more. Unfortunately, stuff inevitably slipped through the cracks. Whenever a juicy new trailer popped up in a Nintendo Direct or something, I always peeked between my fingers here and there. And sure enough, every time I did, something was spoiled and I regretted it horribly. I've talked about this before, but if you're not aware, I am hypersensitive to spoilery material. To me, a spoiler isn't just, this character dies at the end, or it turns out it was all a dream. To me, a spoiler is anything that I would have delighted in discovering for myself. If I know everything there is to know about a game going in, every kind of guy I'm going to fight, every item I'm going to get, every place I'm going to see, a lot of the magic is gone. The simple act of playing out a video game isn't the only important thing to me. I want a game, especially a game as huge and important as Breath of the Wild, to be like an experience, an event in my life, something special. So I went in as blind as I reasonably could as a guy who talks about games. And I'll tell you right now, I'm so glad I did. Breath of the Wild is obviously a great game all on its own. Spoiler alert, by the way, it's a great game. But I'm not exaggerating when I say that an immeasurably huge amount of my enjoyment came from not knowing much going in. While I basically never like to know too much about any game, avoiding spoilers had never before meant as much as it did here. And that's because no other game I've played has contained such a wealth of delightful things to discover. You see, I'd always dreamed of this massive game where you could just go wherever you wanted and the world was beautiful and magical and you'd actually find interesting stuff. I would run through the world of Shadow of the Colossus thinking, this is so close. It was visually spectacular, it was enormous, it got my imagination running wild, but beyond 16 colossi, which you had to hunt down in order, and I guess fruit and lizards and stuff to eat to increase your gauges, there was simply nothing to find. It was just a set. A really big, beautiful, amazing set, but a set. There was nothing really to do except enjoy the scenery. And of course, some other open world games have gotten close to delivering what I wanted. Take a game like Skyrim, for instance, which is huge, beautiful, filled with quests, and completely open for you to explore at your own pace. It's hard to pin down exactly why Skyrim didn't quite do it for me. I loved it, but it didn't contain that certain kind of magic I was looking for. It could be because most of the game boiled down to killing guys and looting them. Find a cave or a dungeon or a sewer or anything, run through it and kill the guys and grab all the loot. Plenty of surprising stuff to come upon, and that's why it was certainly close, but something was still missing. Breath of the Wild, though, is the game I was waiting for all those years. And really, it's surprising that it turned out that way. When Newman claimed that the Great Plateau, the huge, sprawling area available to play around in at hands-on events, was only about 1% of the total map, I think more than a few of us grew a little concerned. I mean, how much stuff can you possibly develop for a world that big? How can there be enough to actually do? Because it doesn't matter if a game world is 1,000 miles across if you're just running forever and not finding anything. But the Zelda team pulled it off. They made the world beautiful and teeming with interesting geography and ruined buildings and just a wide assortment of unique sights to happen upon. And they also packed it to the gills with dudes to kill and stuff to loot. But the two things that make Breath of the Wild the game I always wanted to play are shrines and Koroks. And I think it's because, for one, they're just all over the place. 120 shrines and 900 Koroks mean the world is just packed with them. There's no place in Hyrule where you'll just not come upon shrines and Koroks, meaning that no matter where you find yourself, you're always on the hunt. But more importantly, though, they so perfectly satisfy my exploration craving because they strike a balance between useful and fun to find. See, if useful stuff is scattered everywhere and all you gotta do is pick it up, it's not as fun. The game becomes a collectathon. The idea is just to kind of waste your time. But then if there's stuff that actually takes thought to find, but that stuff isn't really that useful, then, well, what's the point in looking for it? Also much less fun. Shrines and Koroks, though, they're perfect. Shrines because they give you spirit orbs, 4 of which can be exchanged for either another heart container or an extra bit on your stamina meter. Hearts mean more here than they have in any other 3D Zelda by far, and stamina aids in your ability to move through the world, on higher surfaces and gliding further primarily. And of course each shrine is just a fun challenge to beat, which we'll touch more on later, but that's what makes them even more satisfying to find. Then Koroks are great because they increase the number of weapons and shields you can hold, and in this world of breakable stuff, this just makes you stronger. It takes more and more Korok seeds for each pouch upgrade, and you'll be maxed out after getting roughly half of them, but as long as it's making any difference at all, I am pleased as punch to obtain each one. And let's talk some more about why the finding of these things is so much fun, starting with shrines. Out of everything the game offers, shrines keep things the most interesting. They provide the most unique scenarios that require so many different things of you to be uncovered. It can be rolling a snowball on the right path down a hill so it crashes open a door, lighting some inconspicuous torches, tracking down and taking pictures of statue fragments, defeating a family of Hinoxes, getting a group of Rito kids together to sing a song. The list goes on and on and on. I can't even properly describe how awesome it felt to set foot on Eventide Isle, or in that one place where it's super dark, or in any of the Great Labyrinths. It was such a huge rush. It was the sense that I'd discovered something really awesome and was now faced with some sort of fun challenge. Some of these shrines offer nice loot, but for the most part, the prize is always the same, a spirit orb. Again, though, I never cared. Spirit orbs are incredibly useful, and earning them by doing all this crazy stuff just makes the whole thing that much more fun. It's this feeling of constant reward, no matter where I'm going or what I'm doing. And you know me, I feel that variety is the spice of video games. If all the shrines are fun and interesting to find, the fact that they come in so many different packages just multiplies that fun. Plenty of them, of course, are simply sitting in plain sight, and this is great. It's something of a palate cleanser between trickier shrines. You don't want to get completely tired of solving riddles and doing obscure stuff, and it's great that you can mark them from a distance so you can just come back to them later when you want to accomplish something a little more straightforward. Plus, seeing them from towers is just exciting. Whenever you stand up on a tower you just unlocked and you spot all those red blobs all around you, you're invigorated by the task at hand, by the idea of pressing into a gigantic new territory. But, of course, even better, there's this unmatched sense of wonder when you're just running around in the mountains doing nothing and you see something weird and you go, what on earth is that? And you investigate for a while, then wonder turns to joy and triumph when you realize that yes, it's a shrine! My first time through, I especially loved castle riddles. Most of them were pretty easy to solve, but there were a few that made me feel awesome when I got to the bottom of things. If I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be the one where you have to find a spot where you can shoot an arrow through 2 of those stones with holes in them. I love to sit around and ponder in any game. I love to stare at a problem from all different angles and think about it for a while. And of course, that was a challenge that was so unlike the rest of them. There were so many that were so unlike the rest of them. Next, of course, we got the Koroks, and it's funny because they're so much less flashy and substantial than shrines. I mean, with one, you've got a jillion-year-old structure rising up out of the earth and taking you down into a trial meant to test the legendary hero with all sorts of weird magical technology. And with the other, you pick up a rock and it's like, oh, haha, you found me, here's a seed, bye. But the effect these little creatures had on me, especially in the early hours of the game, was immense. If shrines instilled within me a sense of wonder, Koroks instilled a childish delight that was just as strong and just as magical. Just like with shrines, this is largely because there are just so many of them hidden throughout the world. Outside of the divine beasts, there is no place in the entire game world where you can't find some Koroks if you look hard enough. It means that running through nearly my entire experience with the game, there was this constant knowledge that I might find something at any moment, a constant need to pay attention to my surroundings. They also act as a system of constant micro-rewards for simply running and climbing and looking wherever you can, like a kid playing out in the forest. Climb a mountain? Have a Korok. Look inside a hollow log? Have a Korok. Make your way to the tippiest, most tippy top of Hyrule Castle? Well, look at that. On top of your own sense of accomplishment, how about a Korok for your troubles? No good deed goes unrewarded. Also, as it is with shrines, it's very important that on top of their immense numbers, there are also an immense number of ways to find them. There are so many that even now, after over 200 hours of Breath of the Wild, I'm still not certain I've seen every kind of hiding place. Every time I think I've seen them all, I find something weird, and poof, another one. Didn't see that coming, did ya? I call it childish delight because, like a child, is exactly how I feel. Yeah, I feel like shouting, "Found you!" Ha ha! They turn this huge world into a great big toy, or a game on top of a game. Try to remember what it felt like when you were little, and you opened a mysterious Christmas box to find something cool inside, or you pressed a button on a toy and were delighted by what it did. For me, that's the same kind of feeling I get when I see something a little off, and I go, "Nah, I'm sure it's nothing." But then I check it out anyway, and I fiddle with it, still going, "No, I really don't think this is anything. I think I'm making this up." And then I put a rock where I feel like it should be, and poof! It was totally a Korok! And the kid inside of me squeals with glee like a toddler when their dad pops up from behind the couch with a silly face. And Nintendo knew this was how I'd feel too. It was completely deliberate. Why else would they include a victory chime in that little poof? It's straight up like one of those party poppers. It's meant to instantly hit you with that happy feeling of winning a prize. Shrines and Koroks may be the main attractions when it comes to exploration, but even beyond those, the game still has more surprises in store. And again, if I'd known about any of this ahead of time, none of it would have had a big impact on me. I had to immerse myself in the world and stumble upon it all naturally in order to really feel that sense of wonder. Here were some of my favorite surprises. The first time I came upon a Yiga foot soldier disguised as a traveler, I'm talking to some friendly girl, and suddenly she cheerily says something about killing the legendary hero, and I'm like, "What now?" And then she tells me she's gonna bring her master my head, and turns into a stinking ninja and attacks me. I would have never seen that coming in a million years. It was so out of the blue. And really pretty scary for a Zelda game. It's just like, this is not a monster. This human person wants to murder me. Then the dragons. Oh man, this was a big one. I'm walking along one day and I spot some long little squirmy wormy thing up in the sky, way out in the distance. I can't even see what it is and it disappears. Okay, weird. Later I'm walking and I see the thing closer and I see, what is that? Look a little bit. Oh yeah, it's a big dragon just flying around on its own. I have no idea if it's good or bad or wants to eat me or just wants to chill up there. But really seeing it for the first time gave me goosebumps. It was incredible. It was one of those really intense, this game moments. You know, when you're really blown away by a game and it just keeps surprising you and you can only go, this game, man. This game. Then later I'm doing stuff up on the northern edge of Death Mountain, and suddenly there's a strange breeze. I wonder what... The divine beasts were similar to the dragons. I had no idea at all that they existed. Not a clue, and I'm so glad, because finding these things and coming to terms with the fact that there were utterly gigantic robotic beasts just chilling around Hyrule was mind-blowing. It was the kind of pure, just coolness that I adored. Volcano hangs out up in the sky, and it was always this weird little speck that I had no idea what it was. I even remember seeing it in trailers and stuff. Just this weird little thing hanging up in the distance. And at some point, I finally got close enough to get a good look at it, and holy cow, it's a bird. It's a giant robot bird, and I'm not getting near that thing. Then you've got Varadania, which circles around Death Mountain, and this one was fun. It was a happy coincidence that for a very large amount of the game, it just happened to be on the other side of the mountain whenever I looked. Because then one random time, I'm just surveying the landscape, and I look at that mountain from super far away, mind you. Just looking at this gigantic mountain rising up out of the earth, the tallest point on the map, and suddenly something starts moving. A creature, easily visible from where I am, is crawling around the mountain. And the feeling in my guts is equal parts wonder and horror. Another good horrific one was the first time I saw Lionel. The Zora just kept telling me about some beast way up on the mountain and how I would need to go get shot arrows from it. This in itself was scary and weird because they were talking about it like a beast, an animal. And animals don't have the capacity to shoot you with a bow and arrow. Only sapient creatures can do that. So what in the heck was this thing anyway? The anticipation climbing up that mountain was intense. Turning the corner, I had just absolutely, positively no idea what I expected to see. Then, finally seeing it, and most importantly, seeing how easily it could murder me from a mile away was purely terrifying. And I know I mentioned the labyrinths already, but I can't stress enough how awesome they are. I found the one in the top right corner of the map first, and it was this huge, weird square of something out in the distance. I didn't even think I could reach it, but after I flew there, I felt like I'd busted into some weird ancient prison and was about to be blasted by a guardian at any second. It was one of the most thrilling experiences I've had in a Zelda game. Look, I could go on and on, but you get the idea here. I just can't believe they managed to make a game this big with so many things to discover. So many things that are delightful or scary or breathtaking. Again and again and again, you're thrown into scenarios and you just have no idea what's about to happen. If there was one phrase I uttered most during my time with Breath of the Wild, it was, "What on earth?" So many times I would spot something weird and that's what I would say. What on earth? What is that? And running ahead to find out was always a magical feeling. There's still a lot to talk about with this game. Combat, art style, story, all that video gamey stuff. But I don't think any of it's as important as that magic. It's what makes the game more than just a great game. It's what makes it a special game. An experience that I'll probably carry with me for the rest of my life. Because even if Nintendo or another developer makes another game that's just as magical, or even more so, Breath of the Wild will always go first. Exploration has always been one of my favorite things about video games as a whole, and Breath of the Wild will always be the first time exploration in a game was everything I wanted it to be. The first time I played a game that I had previously only dreamed of. For some reason, sound and presentation are often hard for me to fit into a review. I don't know, I think I just focus so much on the gameplay, the mechanics, and whatnot that it takes a lot of effort to transition naturally into that stuff. Unfortunate then that we've got an entire chunk of this review to talk about it without interruptions. Because oh man, I gotta tell you guys, Breath of the Wild is a pretty game for both your eyes and your ears. But let's start with eyes. Nintendo is used to using below par hardware in order to provide a more affordable console. They've been doing it for over a decade now. They're also used to getting the absolute most out of their hardware in both technical and artistic terms. Breath of the Wild is a classic example of art style winning out over sheer graphical power. Because honestly, on paper, the game ain't much in the graphics department. Character models are a little simplistic, and they use that Wind Waker-esque style of cell shading, so they don't have as much texturing or detail. There are no dazzling particle effects or anything like that. Very little of the game's visuals could be considered complex, maybe outside of the humongous divine beasts or something. Performance is really where it suffers most. The frame rate sometimes has a hard time keeping up with the action on screen. It's not usually so bad that it becomes a distraction, but it's certainly not the kind of performance I've come to expect with a first-party Nintendo game. It slows considerably in Kakariko Village, and slows even more in Korok Forest, to the point where I'm honestly surprised they allowed the game to ship this way. It's really bizarre playing a Zelda title where the game stutters this much. The game's resolution ain't the best, but it ain't terrible either. Like many Switch games, it seems to scale depending on what's going on, employing all different kinds of rendering techniques and layers of anti-aliasing and whatnot to different things.
Let me just stop right there for a second. To re-enhance that a lot of Zelda has been fixed. The reason it would lag and gag and everything is because of the missing half of the game. If you watched or checked out some of my earlier posts, you or maybe you know this from yourself already, but if you don't, Zelda Breath of the Wild was intended to be the #1 launch title for the Switch. And well, the Switch wasn't finished yet, and we still had the Wii and the Wii U and crap like that. And everybody was saying, well, we want a new Zelda game. And it was getting pretty close to the time of having a new Zelda game. Because, well, it's just been a while since there was a new Zelda game. And they were in the process. Nintendo and Nintendo folks. They were in the process of making a new Zelda game. At the same time that they were working on the Switch. And well, Zelda Breath of the Wild was intended to be on the Switch. Like I said, it was intended to be the #1 launch title. So, well, because of that fact, they, boosted it and boosted it and goosed it and everything and whatnot, and it was great and everything. It was fast paced. There was tons of graphics. It was nice and smooth. It was perfect. But the Nintendo folks, they ran into a problem because the Zelda Breath of the Wild was finished before the Nintendo Switch. So bippity boppity boo, you know, I mean, there you go. And they needed a new well, freezing my ass off. Okay. Anyways, like I said, they were making the Switch and the game basically around the same time. They needed a new Zelda game. And Zelda Breath of the Wild was finished before the game system, the Switch, was finished. The game was complete still. And they wanted to bring out a new Zelda because everybody was Zelda. Well, not every, well, I wasn't because I wasn't a gamer. You know, so well, so they went to go port it onto the Wii U, what the hell ever. Well, the game was just too damn big and too fast paced and everything. Bippity boppity boo. And, so they had to dumb it down in order for it to fit the console. The slower and more bippity boppity boo console. So they took bits and parts and whatnot. Bottom line is they took out half the game. Bits and parts of half the game. And there you go. And then when Nintendo Switch did come out, they tried to label it as a launch title, but okay, it was a little too late because you already dumbed the game down and put it on something else. So anyway, it was one of the launch titles for the Switch. Even though people say, well, it was originally a Wii game, and yeah, it was a Wii game, but what, you son of a... Thank you. But it wasn't meant to be a Wii game. It wasn't intended to be a Wii game. It had to be dumbed down to even fit on the Wii. Son of a... Anyways, so they, like I said, they dumbed it down and everything, but they eventually put it on the game system, which it was intended for. Only one problem. They didn't put the whole game back together. And because they didn't put the whole game back together, what happens? You got lag, you got drag, you got frame drop, you got issues here and there. And then what? And then people start complaining about it. And guess what? Nintendo said, okay, we'll do this. We'll patch it. We'll fix it. The only problem was they really didn't patch it. They really didn't patch it or nothing. All they did was they put back in the game the stuff that they took out. That's what they did. And then people were really excited that they fixed it and everything. But then guess what? They come out with the DLC. And guess what? They make you pay a little extra for the DLC. But guess what? Nintendo screwed us again because the DLC is actually part of the game that they took out when they dumbed it down for the Wii U, what the hell ever you want to refer to it as. It was a clunky, it was an alright game system, but it wasn't as good as they said it was. Like Disney buying up all the seats at IMAX theater for Captain Marvel. Because Captain Marvel with Brie Larson sucks. But that's neither here nor there. Anyways, bottom line is, okay. Anyways, yeah. So basically, of course I wanted it, I wanted the part of the game that they took out. And everything, so yeah. Like son of a that's what you get for not paying attention. So yeah. Oh wait a minute. My goose is almost cooked. So yeah, I paid like at the time. Whoa. And I talk about how sometimes the water here doesn't get hot enough where I can take a bath. Well, what the hell am I saying? I can't take a bath because it's not a damn shower bathtub. It's a I'm just trying to see if I can. I'm just trying to see if I can. Make the ice. You know, anyway. But now, yeah, I paid like 25, 26, something like that. Bottom line is when it all rolled out with fees and taxes and everything, it turned out to be, hey, I wonder if I can, cause I have some ice arrows. It was worth a shot. Anyways, with taxes and fees and everything, came to like $32. I son of a. Anyway, y'all came to like $32. I can do this. No, I can't. Hey, wait a minute. Did I just hear something? I have an idea. Anyways, yeah, it came to like $32 and some odd cents, something like that. And so, yeah, so it's not so basically it's not a DLC at all. Actually, it's actually the part of the game that they took out. That's all it is. It's not DLC. And I don't give them what anyone says. I know how Nintendo works. Maybe a little more so than other people. Because back in the day I dated what's her name? That Japanese girl, Japanese young lady, and her dad, was one of them that was in charge over there at Nintendo. And oh, there it is. And this is way back when Nintendo teamed up with well, they didn't team up with Sony. They hired Sony. Because they at the time Nintendo, they way back then, they've always been a family. They've always been, I don't give a damn what anyone says. Maybe not nowadays, but back in those days, they were strictly a family gaming company. Yeah. There wasn't no such thing as a really violent Nintendo game. And yeah. And oh shit. I forgot in zero below weather. Oh yeah, also while I'm over here, I'll buy the outfit to keep my ass warm in this kind of weather. Anyways, I was dating her. I was young back then, and I was youngish, and I was dating her back then. And she was telling me how the Nintendo and all of them, all those guys and everything, they were inventing a new Nintendo system. They haven't really given it a name at that point, but it was going to be in a cube shape. And the games were going to be on disc. Music was on CDs because at this time CDs were new. Well, newish. DVDs was not a thing yet. Still VHS was the thing yet. Cassette tapes were slowly dying out. They weren't dead yet, but they were slowly dying out. And CDs was kind of a new thing. Well, like I said, they were newish. And she was telling me how they was gonna be putting these games on disc and whatnot, and everything. Oh shit, a line on. Hi there, buddy. Oh, don't mind me. Don't mind me, I'm just passing through. Hey, what? You want? Is there something you want? What do you want? Oh, you didn't want nothing? You just wanted to... What? 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 Well, no. I'm a... God damn it. I'm just passing through. Anyways, it was going, like I said, it's gonna be a new thing. People were getting sample game discs in the mail. Well, members of Nintendo were getting sample game discs, and that was gonna be for the Nintendo Cube. Like I said at the time, it didn't have a name. It yeah, we were kind of into each other and everything, and everybody was excited and yeah, and everything, and okay, cool. I'm still not a big gamer, but then I noticed a couple months later that me and her were still together, but a couple months after she's telling me all this, I noticed that this big clunky box from Sony came out. And it was being rented. It was being at the time it was like $59 and whatnot to rent it for a whole week. $45 for a weekend. At America's Best Video. At America's Video's Best, or whatever it was called back then. I can't really recall. I think it was America's Best Videos. It was a video store rental, like I said. VHS was still the thing. DVDs did not exist, and yeah. She told me that Sony stole the technology from Nintendo. I asked her what she meant. She said that Nintendo hired Sony to help them form because Sony was big with the CDs at the time. Because like I said, CDs was new. They weren't new, they were newish. I mean, they were new, but they weren't new. They were newish. And that's what gave the people at Nintendo the idea to do that with the game. And in that big, bulky black box from Sony came out called the PlayStation. And she told me that Sony stole technology from Nintendo that Nintendo provided, and they made their own system and they screwed Nintendo over. Which, I really didn't know what to think at the time. Because, like I said, I wasn't a gamer, you know. But it was her family business, you know, so I indulged, you know, and everything. I hung on her every word because she was excited about winning Nintendo. And so, later on, is when the GameCube came out. Basically, what happened was Sony stole technology. Now, some people may say, well, Sony didn't steal it, they just used it. Well, bottom line is, the technology that they used didn't belong to them. It belonged to Nintendo. The Nintendo Corporation. That's what it belonged to. And they used it, they snuck behind Nintendo's back to use it for the make their goddamn game system. And so basically, by legal terms, they stole it. They stole the technology. Because they did this behind Nintendo's back. Nintendo did not give them permission to do this. Technology. I mean, you can look into it yourself if you want to. Nintendo did not give them permission. So yeah, the history of PlayStation is a lie. Because they did not come out with it. They did not develop the PlayStation themselves. They did not come up with the technology, or any of that. They stole it from Nintendo. Nintendo sued them and won like $75 billion, something like that. But by the time Nintendo realized what Sony did, yeah, it was too late. There were like millions, something like that, of PlayStation gaming consoles that already sold. So, Okay, let's see what the So we continue with the big fat review.
In order to keep the balance between visuals and frame rate as much as possible. I have no doubt that this often does make things look and run better than they could, but other times it makes things look disturbingly inconsistent. We see patches of textures jumping around and objects with polygon counts that scale up and down very visibly. Now, I can see that this is the sacrifice they needed to make in order to create a world that was constant, truly open. There are no loading screens on this map. You can run from one end to the other, climb the highest mountain, go into a town, a house even, then out again and all the way to Hyrule Castle and up through the entire thing and up to Ganon's weird goofy pod thing, and you'll never have to stop to load once. It really is impressive. And with a world this big, you want to be able to see as much as possible from a distance without pop-in, which means just about everything is always rendered in some fashion if it's visible to you. And that's why you have this active resolution scaling system that makes one thing smooth and one thing jagged and another thing smooth and then jagged. It also makes the landscape, in a way, a little less pretty than it probably could have been. It's certainly pretty for reasons we'll talk about in a bit, but if you saw my first impressions video, you'll remember that I found it a little more muddy than I expected. Distant mountains just look a little bit yucky when you look at them long enough, like when you really focus on them. And let me tell you now, all this bad stuff is leading up to a lot of good stuff, and again, this was all done in order to achieve that complete openness, that ability to look at everything from any angle. They didn't have the benefit of pre-rendering a bunch of perfect, picturesque landscapes, and that's, of course, a very fine trade-off. It means the game performs the way they wanted it to, with little to no pop-in. For the most part, people and monsters are the only things that pop in, though you can usually see them from far enough away that it's not a big problem. The only monster that proves troublesome in this regard is the Hinox. You can be pretty darn close to the thing before, boink, it's suddenly there. And this is, of course, more of a problem because the Hinox is the biggest baddie in the game. You always want to be able to plan where you're going and know for the most part what you'll find when you get there, but Hinoxes can sometimes surprise you. At least they're always sleeping, so they won't see you unless you run up real close. But seeing one of their big circular sleeping spots ahead of you for ages before the game decides to populate it can be jarring. Enough of that, though. Despite the game's visual shortcomings, it's still positively gorgeous. Even if no single piece of it is technically impressive or particularly sharp, all the elements combine together to paint one very beautiful picture. It really is much like a painting in that regard. Up close, the brushstrokes can look pretty rough, and nothing is very finely detailed, but when you step back, it all comes together, because the artist knew exactly how to achieve the overall image they wanted using all those individual pieces. If there's one single most important element that makes the game look so good, it's probably the lighting. I mean, Breath of the Wild single-handedly taught me how huge good lighting can be in a game. You spend so much time out in the wilderness, running around under the sky, so that day-night cycle is ever moving. And no matter what time of day it is, you're treated to a visual feast. Cloud cover is basically constant, so you never get plain old bright sun shining on a blue sky. You get beautiful shades of color that paint the world differently, depending on where the sun is or where the clouds shift. Rainy weather has never felt more real in a Zelda game. It's never done so much to affect the atmosphere. Running through moonlight is simply stunning, and if you happen to find yourself in view of the ocean when the sun comes up, it's a particularly splendid sight. It doesn't matter how many times I see it happen, or how long I play the game. When that sun starts to come up, I stop and I take a moment. I watch the light grow on the horizon, delighting in the vibrant colors as they fill up the sky. And speaking of colors, part of the reason the lighting is so effective is the game's use of a very soft color palette. Gentle greens and browns and yellows make up the bulk of what you'll see in the world above. There are some times when I do miss more vibrant colors. Whenever I use Breath of the Wild footage in a video, I've got to crank up the contrast a good few notches to make it pop a little more on screen. Last gen, the game industry fell into this weird thing where everything was really brown, and I really appreciated recent efforts to use the full color spectrum. I mean, look at something like Horizon Zero Dawn. It's gorgeous. However, Breath of the Wild's minimalistic use of color helps achieve two things. And in fact, these are two things that the game does on a broad scale and that run through every aspect of its presentation and sound design, as you will soon see. Sticking with the subject of color for the time being, though, the first thing is that the game has this theme of age, of history. I can't exactly think of one word to describe it, but it elicits feelings of time gone by. The soft color makes it look like old film or an old photograph or a painting. It feels like it comes from a time when people just didn't have access to bright, high-contrast colors in visual mediums. This is a reflection of the state the world is in. Hyrule was ravaged by Ganon's forces so long ago, and much of the game is about tapping into the past, recovering memories, accomplishing tasks that others couldn't 100 years ago. Time has passed, but in terms of civilization, the world hasn't really been able to move on and completely heal. It's basically just as it was back then, much as though it were a photograph. The other thing the game is going for, and that is very much supported by the color palette, is establishing atmosphere. Now, the interesting thing here is that up until now, atmosphere in a Zelda game pretty much meant one of two things: happy or scary. The atmosphere being established was either the bright, cartoonishness of Wind Waker and a few others, or the dark, eerie foreboding we saw in games like Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess. But Breath of the Wild is different. The atmosphere it creates is one of serenity. It's relaxing, it's peaceful, it's beautiful. Which is funny, because never before has a Zelda game been this dangerous and demanding, but of course we'll really talk about that later. Now, this isn't to say that no Zelda ever has gone for a kind of atmosphere that is neither happy and silly nor scary. It's obviously more complicated than that. But off the top of my head, every instance of a calm atmosphere in a Zelda game, aided by atmospheric music, places that really make you stop and just take it in, they almost always carried something of an eeriness to them. Staring up at the architecture in Ocarina of Time's Temple of Time, where the Song of Time plays like a Gregorian chant. It was effective, but also very somber, almost demanding of a respectful reverence. The snowy area in Twilight Princess. It's serene, but danger lurks just beneath the surface. Strange wolves are stalking you, you're chasing a monster, you don't know what you'll find up on the mountain. The list goes on. To my knowledge, the Zelda team has never zeroed in on the sheer beauty of the world and of nature itself as they have in Breath of the Wild. At the very least,
nothing. Yeah, so yeah, there's enough of that. Let's get back to the task at hand. Let's see. There we go. There's a big bird tower right there. Okay, there's the campfire. Let's see about fish. Let's see. Here, fishy, fishy, fish. Oh, kick you. Sorry about that. More heart. I'm not exactly looking for that. But I have 2 left, so let's just cook these up real quick. Okay. I'm gonna have to pause you for a sec, or whatnot. Well, no. Well, for one, I'll just for argument's sake, yeah, I'm gonna pause you for a sec. Okay, back. And I'm going to collect some amiibos of fish. Oh, this is wild. Okay, awesome. Balmeros, awesome. Don't hold me. I told you what I was gonna do. Shut up. No, I don't want to talk with you. Yeah, that's right, I don't want to talk with you. Oh, that's like 2000. 26. Okay, I'll take it. Amazing! It's raining, but the fire's still burning. That is amazing. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. I would edit that out, but if I did that, then I wouldn't be staying true to the pod. I wouldn't be staying true to the post. Bottom line is, I try to keep everything real. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Do I want that? Yes, I want that. Meaning I'm gonna have to get rid of something. Okay, I can use that. Nah. Some people have even commented that using amiibos in Breath of the Wild is cheating, like time traveling in Animal Crossing. I say, shut the hell up, you know. Do you, and I'll do me. You play how you want to play, and I'll play how I want to play. Just shut up, you know. I mean, that's basically what I say, you know. I mean, what the hell? Get out of my space, buddy. I mean, haven't you ever heard of boundaries? And no, I'm not gonna claim social distancing because social distancing does not exist, never has, never was, never will. There's no such thing. They said, well, social distancing just means, whoa, hold on, guys. Social distancing just means 6 inches apart. Motherfucker. That's not social distancing. That's not social distancing. That's being normal. Oh, you're not supposed to be on top. Well, god damn it, before this goddamn bug was introduced by our government, our government released this virus. Before that, whatnot, what the, unless I knew who you were, and I really wanted to talk with you because I knew who you were. Basically, I wanted to socialize with you and whatnot. Unless I knew you and whatnot, I always stood 8 inches from who the hell you were. Because if I didn't know you and I didn't and whatnot, I didn't get close. I didn't want to get close to you. I didn't want to get close to you. And that's the way it was that's the way it should have been from the get-go. I mean, standing in line at Walmart or Target or what the fuck ever, and you're on top of each other, standing on top of each other, god damn it. Only stupid people do that. I mean, come on, what? You want to stand so close you can smell my ass? Oh yeah. I'm gonna fart, you can smell my shit. No, standing 6 inches apart from each other, or arm length, or what the fuck ever, has always been the normal way of doing it in the first place. Only when they said, well, only then did people think, well, we've been doing it wrong the whole time. And like I said, if you're standing close enough to me to smell my asshole and smell my shit, well, then you're too goddamn close. I've always been like that. And so, damn kids. Like I said, social distancing does not exist. 14, 32. Let's see. Okay, we can lose that one. And we can lose that one. But yeah, social distancing, there's no such thing. Look it up in the dictionary. The word social basically means getting together, socializing, communicating with each other, all that stuff. Distancing means get the fuck away from me. I don't want to smell your shit. I don't want to know who the hell you are, but get the fuck away. That's what distancing means. And you cannot do both at the same time. Unless you are a fucking moron and you believe you must yell so everybody on Goddess Green Earth can hear the shit you're saying. Fuck that. There's no such thing as social distancing. Oh, I don't know. Damn kids. Okay, let's see. After these two, let's just check this out real quick. Nah. Oh, it looks nice and everything, but... Okay, now these are the last two. I'm going to try to find a controller that has the amiibo function that isn't a pro controller, because goddamn them what. So much for a fucking pro controller. Okay, let's just see how much of the fish that you need. Let's see, okay. Got 19. It should be enough for the time being. Why? I only got one of them. Damn. Nah, I don't need all those extra hearts. I mean, yeah, I guess I could use them. But as big and bad as my avatar is, because I built his strength up before his first temple or whatnot. I mean, there's yeah, they say there's no score chart, nothing, no level and whatnot. Of course not, that you can see. But bottom line is, there is a chart. Let's see what this one does. Ah, shit. Let's see how far we can get before I really get low. Matter of fact, let's just see how. Okay, 15%. Let's see how. Let's just see how far we can get. Oh, hey, wait a minute, there's a bridge. Hey. Look at the goddess. I don't have to worry about trying to figure out how in the hell to get over there. This saves a lot of time. No. 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 You can beep all you want. No. I don't care. Yeah, I see one right there, but yeah, go. I don't care. No. No. No, I don't want to hear it. Trying to distract me. I know what you're doing. And at times it might work. But you know what? Right now I'm a link on. I am a link on the mission, and I gotta I gotta go right over here. catch my breath, and there we go. Man, that is just so awful hearing Link just struggle like that, you know? Hey, snip somebody else's ass. No, I don't want to hear no beeping. No beeping, no creeping. I want to hear it. Korok seed. Oh, wait, what am I doing? No, I don't have time for this. What am I doing? No, there's no time for that. I'm in a hurry. And just like that song by, I think it was a Nitty Gritty Dirt Band or something like that. I'm in a hurry to get things done. I'm always on the run. I'm in a hurry and I don't know why. Lava? What the hell? Hey, whoa, come on now. Don't make me pick you up and throw you around. You know, just to be on the safe side, let's get some. Save it right there, and let's just out of curiosity. Oh, okay, sure. Whoa, what the hell? Lava. I think that's lava. I don't know, most of the crap's black, so. Yeah, I know I'm at a tower. You sure I'm not gonna be making it easy. Oh, burnt my tootsies. I'm okay though. I got these rubber boots on. They're supposed to be shockproof, so I guess okay. I'm gonna do it. Made a good running jump for it. I did it. Bird sanctuary, here I come. And hey, I'm Cocoa Puffs. I don't see that commercial nowadays. I haven't seen that Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for a long time. But whoa! But sunny, horseshoes, stars, green clovers, red balloons. You're not gonna get my Lucky Charms. I've seen that commercial like a lot. But the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that was a crazy bird, and I just don't see much anymore. Or what about Twix? Crazy Rabbit, Twix is for kids. But Kellogg's, bring out the tiger. Yeah. Mighty my tiger. That commercial is so goddamn old. And people think, and no, it's not a new commercial. That same commercial came out in 1989. Yeah, 1989. Oh, and see, it's auto saving, so I don't gotta worry about it. So I believe right here is where we're gonna leave it right now, cause let's see, oh, be son of a, still my beating heart. 10%. Look at that, guys. But then again, I haven't been playing on a fully charged Nintendo Switch either, so. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to double save it, like Zombieland, double tap. So, yeah, we'll call it a day.